And what if I told you there is a sign that God loves in a very special way? Have you ever noticed how Capricorns have a different strength, a determination that impresses? Well, today, you will discover the 21 reasons why God loves Capricorns so much. And believe me, each of these reasons will make you understand why this sign is so blessed by the universe. If you are a Capricorn, get ready to be moved. If you know someone of this sign, you will understand why this person is so special in your life. What I will share with you today can completely change the way you see Capricorns. And if you don't stay until the end, you will miss information that can transform your vision of divine love and astrology. There is something very powerful that happens when God looks at a Capricorn. It's as if he saw something unique, something that awakens a special affection. Over the next few minutes, I will reveal each of these reasons clearly and simply. You will be surprised by some of them, I'm sure. First reason why God loves Capricorns so much: unwavering determination. Capricorns possess an inner strength that impresses even the Creator. When a Capricorn decides something, it's as if a mountain came to life and started to walk. God sees this determination and smiles because he knows he created someone capable of overcoming any obstacle. This strength does not come from pride or stubbornness, but from a deep connection with the divine purpose. It's as if each Capricorn carried within them a piece of God's own determination. When things get difficult, when everyone gives up, the Capricorn remains firm. He doesn't do this to show others how strong he is. He does it because he simply can't give up. It's stronger than him. God placed this characteristic in the hearts of Capricorns because he knew they would need this strength to fulfill special missions here on earth. Every time a Capricorn persists in the face of difficulty, God feels immense paternal pride. It's like a father watching his son take his first steps, even after falling several times. Second reason why God loves Capricorns so much: natural responsibility. Capricorns were born to care, to assume responsibilities that others shy away from. God looks at them and sees reflections of his own love for creation. When a Capricorn assumes a responsibility, he doesn't do it halfway. He gives himself completely, as if that task were the most important thing in the world. And for God, that's beautiful to see. Imagine a Capricorn taking care of family, work, friends. He doesn't complain. He doesn't make a fuss. He simply takes on and does what needs to be done. God sees this attitude and recognizes there a heart similar to his, because God is also like that. He assumes responsibility for all creation, for each of us, without complaining, without giving up. Capricorns carry this divine mark naturally. They don't need to learn to be responsible because they were born that way. And when God sees a Capricorn sacrificing their own desires to take care of someone, he is moved because he sees there an unconditional love, a love that expects nothing in return. Third reason why God loves Capricorn so much: wisdom gained through suffering. Capricorns have a unique ability to transform pain into wisdom. God knows they go through difficult trials, but he also knows that each trial makes them wiser, more compassionate, closer to the divine heart. When a Capricorn suffers, he doesn't become bitter. He becomes wiser. It's as if each tear shed watered a seed of wisdom in his soul. God allows Capricorns to go through certain difficulties because he knows they have the strength to transform these experiences into learning. And when that happens, when a Capricorn helps someone using the wisdom he gained through his own pain, God rejoices immensely because he sees that that suffering was not in vain, that it transformed into a tool of love and help to others. Capricorns are like diamonds. They need to go through pressure to shine, and when they shine, they illuminate not only their own lives, but the lives of everyone around them. Now I need to pause here in the video to ask you something very important. If you are enjoying discovering these truths about Capricorn, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. This way you won't miss any special content that I prepare for you. And tell me in the comments where you are watching this video from. I love to know where our spiritual friends are. Let's continue with more incredible reasons. Fourth reason why God loves Capricorn so much: humility, even though they are so strong. There is something very beautiful in Capricorns that touches God's heart. They are incredibly strong, but they never boast of this strength. On the contrary, they are humble, simple. They prefer to act than to speak. God sees this humility and remembers himself because he is also like that, almighty, but loving and humble with his creatures. When a Capricorn achieves something important, he doesn't go around telling everyone. He simply thanks in silence and continues his journey. This simplicity, this lack of vanity, this way of being that doesn't need the spotlight, all this makes God feel a special love for Capricorns. They remind God that true greatness doesn't need advertising. True strength doesn't need to shout to be seen. Capricorns are living proof that one can be powerful and humble at the same time. And that is something God values immensely, because he himself is the greatest demonstration that true power walks hand in hand with love and humility. Fifth reason why God loves Capricorn so much: unwavering loyalty. When a Capricorn chooses you as a friend, as a companion, as family, he chooses you forever. God sees this loyalty and recognizes they're a reflection of his own love for us. Capricorns are not people who make superficial friendships or disposable relationships. When they give themselves, it's for real, it's for life. And God knows he can count on Capricorns because they never abandon him, even in the most difficult moments. They may question, they may not understand some paths, but they never turn their backs on God. This fidelity, this constancy, this love that does not change with circumstances, this makes God's heart warm, because he knows that in Capricorns he found souls who truly love him, not only when everything is well, but especially when everything is difficult. And when God sees a Capricorn being loyal to a friend, to a love, to family, he smiles, because he sees there the reflection of his own fidelity to us. Sixth reason why God loves Capricorn so much: the ability to love in a mature way. Capricorns don't love in a hurry, they don't love on impulse. They love with their head and their heart. They love thinking about the future. They love to build, to last. God sees this kind of love and rejoices because he knows it is a love similar to his. Deep, lasting, based on true commitment. When a Capricorn falls in love, he is not just feeling an emotion. He is making a conscious choice to love that person every day, in joys and sorrows, in health and in sickness. This kind of mature love, this love that builds strong families, lasting relationships, this is something God admires deeply because he loves us like that. Not on impulse, but by choice, every day, regardless of what we do. Capricorns carry this mark of divine love. They love responsibly, they love thinking about the consequences, they love wanting the good of the loved one, even if sometimes it means making difficult choices. Seventh reason why God loves Capricorn so much: patience with life's processes. Capricorns understand that everything has its time, that there is no point in rushing important things. God sees this patience and recognizes there a divine wisdom. While many people want everything for yesterday, Capricorns know how to wait. They know that the best things in life need time to mature. This ability to wait for the right time, to respect the natural processes of life, this is something that brings Capricorns closer to God's heart. Because God also works with patience, he is not in a hurry. He knows that each thing has its perfect moment. When a Capricorn plants a seed and patiently waits for it to grow, when he invests years in a relationship, in a career, in a dream, God smiles. Because he sees there's someone who understood one of the most important secrets of life, that the best achievements do not come from haste, but from patient perseverance. Capricorns are gardeners of life. They know that it is necessary to water every day with affection to see the fruits. Eighth reason why God loves Capricorn so much: silent generosity. Capricorns have a very special way of helping people. They do it without fanfare, without expecting recognition. God sees every act of kindness they practice, even those that no one else sees. This discreet generosity, this willingness to help without wanting to appear, this deeply touches the divine heart. How many times has a Capricorn helped someone and never told anyone? How many times has he done a favor, given a boost, offered support, and then simply continued his life as if he hadn't done anything extraordinary. God sees all this. He counts every gesture of love, every outstretched hand, every word of comfort that a Capricorn offers. And he is moved because he recognizes there the kind of love that he himself practices, the love that does not seek recognition, the love that simply loves. Capricorns are angels in disguise, doing good without expecting anything in return, spreading love silently but effectively. Ninth reason why God loves Capricorn so much: the strength to start over. Capricorns have an impressive ability to get up after a fall. God sees this strength and is proud because he knows that he placed in each Capricorn a seed of resurrection. No matter how many times life knocks a Capricorn down, he always finds the strength to get up, to start over, to try again. This capacity for rebirth, this strength that comes from within, this is something that God admires immensely, because he himself is the God of new beginnings, the God who transforms endings into new beginnings. When a Capricorn loses everything and still doesn't give up, when he gathers the pieces of life and builds something new and better, God is moved, because he sees there a reflection of his own ability to create life where there seemed to be only death. Capricorns are living proof that there is no hopeless situation, that it is always possible to start over. It is always possible to build something better on the ruins of what has been. 10th reason why God loves Capricorns so much: the constant pursuit of justice. Capricorns have a very keen sense of justice. They can't stay quiet when they see something wrong, when they witness an injustice. God sees this thirst for justice and recognizes there a heart similar to his. Capricorns are natural defenders of the weak. They are bothered when they see someone being mistreated or harmed. And this is not just a personality trait, it is a divine mark. God put in Capricorns a little of his own indignation against injustice. When a Capricorn fights for someone's rights, when he takes a stand against an injustice, even if it costs him dearly, God rejoices, because he sees there's someone who understood that true love sometimes needs to be firm, that kindness sometimes needs to take a stand. Capricorns are warriors of justice. They fight not for glory, but because they simply cannot accept that evil prevails over good. 11th reason why God loves Capricorns so much: the wisdom to listen before speaking. Capricorns have a rare quality these days. They know how to listen. God sees this ability and rejoices, because he knows that whoever truly listens is able to truly love. Capricorns are not people who wait for their turn to speak. They really pay attention to what the other person is saying. And that makes all the difference in relationships, friendships, family. When someone needs to vent, needs a shoulder to cry on, it is in the Capricorn that this person will find attentive ears and a receptive heart. God is moved when he sees a Capricorn comforting someone just with his presence, just listening with love and patience, because he himself is like that with us, always willing to listen to our complaints, our fears, our dreams. Capricorns carry this divine mark of loving patience, the ability to be truly present in people's lives. 12th reason why God loves Capricorn so much: the courage to admit mistakes and ask for forgiveness. Capricorns have the greatness to recognize when they are wrong. God sees this humility and rejoices, because he knows that only those who are truly strong can admit weaknesses. It is not easy to apologize. It is not easy to recognize that one was wrong. But Capricorns do this when necessary, even if it hurts their pride. This ability to assume oneself as imperfect, to genuinely ask for forgiveness, to try to fix what has been broken, this deeply touches God's heart, because he knows that only truly loving hearts can put the relationship above the ego. When a Capricorn swallows his pride to save a friendship, a marriage, a family relationship, God smiles, because he sees there's someone who understood that love is more important than being right, that peace is more valuable than reason. 13th reason why God loves Capricorn so much: the ability to transform tradition into innovation. Capricorns respect the past, but they don't get stuck in it. God sees this wisdom and rejoices, because he recognizes there the perfect balance between honoring what came before and creating what is yet to come. Capricorns know that traditions have value, that there is wisdom in the experiences of the elders, but they also know that it is necessary to evolve, that it is necessary to adapt to new times. This ability to take the best of the past and combine it with the needs of the present, this is a divine gift. When a Capricorn manages to innovate without losing its roots, when he modernizes without destroying what is essential, God is proud because he sees there someone who understood that true wisdom is not in being too conservative or revolutionary, but in knowing when to preserve and when to change. 14th reason why God loves Capricorn so much: faith that grows in difficulties. While many people lose faith when things get difficult, Capricorns do the opposite. They get closer to God. This deeply touches the divine heart because it shows a rare spiritual maturity. Capricorns understand that difficulties are not punishments, but opportunities for growth. They know that God has not abandoned them just because things are difficult. On the contrary, they feel that it is precisely in the most difficult moments that they need to cling more strongly to faith. This unwavering confidence, this certainty that God has a plan, even when everything seems to be going wrong, this is something that deeply moves the Creator. When a Capricorn prays for strength instead of asking for problems to disappear, when he thanks for still having the health to fight instead of complaining about the difficulties, God rejoices, because he sees there a mature faith, a faith that has truly understood what it means to trust in God. 15th reason why God loves Capricorn so much: the ability to love without possessing. Capricorns know that loving is not synonymous with controlling. God sees this wisdom and recognizes there a mature love, a love that resembles his. They love their children, but they know they need to let them fly. They love their partner, but respect their individuality. They love their friends, but they don't hold them with emotional blackmail. This kind of free love, this love that wants the good of the other, even if it means a little distance, this is divine. When a Capricorn lets a child follow their own dreams, even if those dreams are different from what he would like, God smiles. When he supports his partner in a difficult decision, even if it causes him some discomfort, God is moved, because he sees there the kind of love that he himself practices with us. A love that wants our good, our happiness, our fulfillment, even when it means choices that he would not make for us. 16th reason why God loves Capricorn so much: gratitude for small things. Capricorns have a special ability to appreciate what they have instead of living complaining about what they don't have. God sees this gratitude and rejoices because he knows that grateful hearts are happy hearts. While many people live dissatisfied, always wanting more, always complaining, Capricorns know how to find beauty in the simple things in life. A sunset, a conversation with a dear friend, a family meal. These simple moments gain special value in the hearts of Capricorns. And God is moved when he sees this ability to be happy with little, because he recognizes there a rare wisdom. True wealth is not in the things we possess, but in the ability to be grateful for what we have. Capricorns understood this. They know that happiness does not depend on great achievements, but on the ability to appreciate the small blessings of each day. 17th reason why God loves Capricorn so much: the strength to protect those they love. Capricorns are natural protectors. God sees this characteristic and recognizes there a reflection of his own protective love for us. When someone a Capricorn loves is being threatened or harmed, he transforms. All his gentleness turns into strength. All his patience turns into determination. They are not violent, but they are firm. They are not aggressive, but they are courageous. This ability to be meek as a dove and wise as a serpent, this is something God values immensely. When a Capricorn puts himself between danger and someone he loves, when he faces any difficulty to ensure the safety of his loved ones, God is proud, because he sees there's someone who understood that true love sometimes needs to have claws, that kindness sometimes needs to be courageous. Capricorns are guardians of love. They protect not by violence, but by unconditional love. 18th reason why God loves Capricorn so much: the wisdom to choose the right battles. Capricorns don't fight over anything. They know when it's worth fighting and when it's better to let it go. God sees this wisdom and rejoices because He recognizes their rare emotional maturity. They are not people who live creating conflicts, who make a storm in a teacup. But when something really important is at stake, when fundamental principles are being attacked, then they fight with all their might. This ability to discern between what is really important and what is just hurt pride, this is a divine gift. When a Capricorn chooses not to argue about something small to preserve a relationship, God smiles. When he decides to fight for something really important, even knowing it will be difficult, God supports him. Capricorns are wise warriors. They know that not every battle is worth it, but when it is, they fight to the end. 19th reason why God loves Capricorn so much: the ability to see potential where others see failure. Capricorns have a special eye for people. They can see what someone can become, not just what that person is today. God sees this characteristic and is moved because he recognizes there his own loving gaze upon us. How many times has a Capricorn believed in someone when everyone else had already given up? How many times has he invested time and love in a person who seemed to have no more way out? This ability to see beyond appearances, to see the diamond inside the rough stone, this is something divine. When a Capricorn doesn't give up on someone, when he continues to believe, even when the person doesn't believe in himself, God smiles, because he sees there the same look of hope that he has for each of us. Capricorns are experts at seeing miracles before they happen, at believing in resurrections before death is complete. 20th reason why God loves Capricorn so much: the courage to be authentic in a world of appearances. Capricorns don't need to pretend to be what they are not. God sees this authenticity and rejoices because he knows that true people are rare these days. They don't change their personality to please others. They don't invent stories to impress. They don't wear masks to hide who they really are. This courage to be genuine, to show imperfections, to assume one's own characteristics, this deeply touches God's heart. When a Capricorn prefers to be rejected being himself than to be accepted being a fraud, God is proud because he sees there's someone who understood that true happiness only comes when we are authentic, when we accept ourselves as we are and allow others to see us for real. Capricorns are invitations to truth in a world full of lies. They are oases of authenticity in a desert of appearances. 21st reason why God loves Capricorn so much: the ability to transform love into legacy. Capricorns don't live only for themselves. They think about future generations. They want to leave something good behind. God sees this concern for the future and is moved because he recognizes there a heart that understood the true meaning of life. Whether building a strong family, creating something that benefits many people, or simply being an example of character and integrity, Capricorns are always thinking about how their actions will impact tomorrow. This long-term vision, this responsibility towards future generations, this is something that God admires deeply. When a Capricorn makes a difficult decision today, thinking about the children who will still be born, when he builds something that will last beyond his own life, God smiles, because he sees there someone who understood that true immortality is not in living forever, but in leaving a better world for those who come after. Capricorns are builders of futures, architects of hope, planters of trees whose shade they may never sit under. We have reached the end of this incredible journey through the 21 reasons why God loves Capricorn so much. Each of these characteristics we have seen is not a coincidence. It is not chance. It is divine design. God placed special qualities in the hearts of Capricorns because he knew the world would need them. If you are a Capricorn, I hope you have been moved by recognizing these qualities in yourself. You are special. You are loved. You have a unique purpose here on earth. God sees every effort you make, every tear you shed, every victory you achieve. Continue to be this incredible person that you are. If you know someone who is a Capricorn, Now you understand better why this person is so special in your life. Value them because you have by your side someone who carries in their heart a special mark of divine love. And here is my challenge for you. Regardless of your sign, how about trying to develop some of these Capricorn qualities? Determination, responsibility, loyalty, patience. The world would be a much better place if we all had a little bit of the Capricorn heart. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now. Activate notifications so you don't miss any special content that I prepare with so much affection for you. And tell me in the comments, which of these 21 reasons touched your heart the most? I'm eager to read your answer.